Hi, good morning. I'm here with Alex Caruso from Alessandro Caruso Architects. How you doing, Alex?
I'm very well, thank you very much, Mike. Good to see you.
And you, thanks very much for joining us on the Business Spotlight series. So, if you could let us know a little bit more about who you are, what you do, and how long you've been doing it for, please, Alex.
So, my name is Alex Caruso. I am the co-founder actually of Alessandro Caruso Architects and Interiors. Is the full name of the business. We shorten it as Alessandro Caruso Architects. I am myself an architect, and I founded the practice with my wife Amelia, who looks after the practice management side of the business.
Fantastic. And how long have you been doing that for? When did you start?
We started the practice back in January 2014. I Before that I was a an equity partner in another architectural practice, but following 6 years of being one of the partners, I was growing more and more interest in my area of specialization and decided to branch off on my own and a fantastic journey starting from there.
Brilliant. So, was the spark for you then to sort of pursue an interest, I guess, that you had more in one aspect of architecture that you wanted to specialize in? Was that the kind of spark?
Indeed, it was. I Back in 1994, I had a motorbike accident that forced me to stay in an hospital environment for over 3 months, and and that gave me
Wow.
if you like, the inspiration for and the interest for my work, which has always been healthcare oriented. When I became a partner in the other practice, it was a multidisciplinary practice that had several different working in different sectors, but my interest continued to be more closely aligned with the health and well-being. And when I decided to branch off, I dedicated fully myself to that sector. We are specialists in healthcare, but also within healthcare, we have a specialist in mental health and dementia friendly development. So, being in charge of my own business, I was able to dedicate all the energy to that area, be able to speak and present in conferences, and if you like, advance my research in this area.
Fantastic. So how did that feel to go from obviously being in part of that bigger practice to doing what you wanted? There's a number of things in there, questions, but I'll start with that one. Yeah, what was it like to kind of make that transition?
Well,
Freeing?
when I left my practice, we had about 70 people employed in my previous
Wow.
practice, and so when I set up my business, I
Mhm.
set it up from the dining room table of my house.
Yeah.
So it was quite a dramatic change from where I used to be. But it was the step that I needed to focus on really what I wanted to do. And it was really like a weight that lifted off my shoulders as
Yeah.
well, because when I was a senior partner in the previous practice, I got more and more involved with the running of the practice and less the doing of the projects, which is ultimately what my passion is.
Yeah.
So, being on my own, I was able to fully dedicate myself to what I'm passionate about, understanding people, understanding people's needs, and really how to respond with our projects and with our design. So it was a real moment of complete new opening that
Mhm.
that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Fantastic. And what would you say in terms of your business journey, if there's one word that you could use to describe it so far, what would that be?
Uh, the journey, in one word, has been learning.
Yeah.
There
Yeah, yeah.
there has been not one day similar to the next. We have worked from the dining room table. We moved on to converting our garage as and as people started being employed, then we built our garden room in the back garden,
Yeah.
and all the way until now we are in a commercial office setup outside our home environment. In all that journey, what I felt has been important has been the perseverance that was required to
Yeah.
make sure that we achieved every step of growth, but without losing why we were doing it. So what was the focus of our journey, and particularly our area of interest is people-centered design solution. So all that we do is really focused, having a fully tailored projects for the people that we are working with, and that is has been the focus of the development. So we summarize the mission in improving people's life through our design. So that is very much what guided our journey so far.
And the transition from business, well, you mentioned about being involved more in the business running of the bigger company with 70 staff, but then surely you've got to run your own business as well as follow the passion and the direction that you've set for the business. So how have you sort of found that? Any challenges, opportunities, learnings? Yeah. How have you found that sort of running your own business and also wanting to follow your passion and do the work that you want to do?
Well, it's been a great journey. First of all, my co-founder and Amelia, and also partner in in family as well as in business. I Because we are completely different on the way we approach the business, has given us a great degree of complementarity of views on anything that we do, and this has been an important part of our growth journey. We have been able to organically grow by way of understanding how we could, first of all, financially support the growth. We have managed to access some funding, and Amelia has been great in submitting bids for that. But also, we have particularly relied on cash flowing our growth. And this has been a great part of the journey, because when you want to be strict to work with your own cash flow, you really need to be very analytical on
Yeah.
where the income is, and where it's coming, and how it's going to work out when you start having salaries. We are now a team of 9. So as a team of 9, you got to have built a war chest that is always there, but also be sure that the cash flow continue to be there, and work with that side of the business. In addition, what we have done is we have gone through the certification of ISO 9001, 14001, and the acclaim, which are integral part of our systems and processes. And so everything that we do is a fully developed in-house system, and is based on where is that we see that we are encountering any challenges, and how do we overcome those challenges, and how do we address it with systems and processes that allow us to expand the work that we do, but at the same time being more efficient. One of the things particularly I'd like to talk about has been as the team grow, we want to make sure that the quality remain as high as possible. So I have devised a checklist for each stage of the project, so that any member of staff can be self-empowered to use the checklist to do their own check first, and then check with me, so that we can grow from there.
Some great number of shares there in terms of the financial aspects and your cash flow, and then the systems and processes that you mentioned there, checklists, getting people to, I suppose, work to your standards that you would like them to work, that you've set out for the company, and ensuring that they have the freedom to do that, but also the ability to come to you and check things. So from our perspective, action coaching, there's a lot of things in there that tick the boxes of what we would look to champion for businesses and the way to operate. Some great shares there. What would you say is your biggest lesson to date? You mentioned learning as the word that you described for your business journey. There's one lesson that you could pick out and share. What would that be? What's the biggest one?
Well, I think that resilience has to be the top one. We live in an era in which mental health is often used as a good reason to not to pursue a dream, because sometimes to achieve a dream can be really hard work. And I over the last 10 years, I would say that any rejection of business, any challenge, has been, I would consider, my biggest friends. I've learned a lot from them. I have been blessed with people that even when they didn't want to use our services, have been happy to tell us where we could improve. So that has been possibly the biggest lessons. So being resilient, find a way to make use of your time to reflect, to see how you can use that lesson for the next one.
Great stuff. Yeah, it's all about perspective, I suppose, and saying this challenge is there to help me get better, as opposed to think about giving up, I guess. It's more there to help you succeed and improve. It's a great share. Thank you very much, Alex. So if someone was starting a business and came to you and asked you for a piece of advice, would that be it? Would you reflect on resilience again? Is there anything else you may tell them?
Well, there are what we have done recently is distilled our journey in a book, and that we are working with a number of universities to share that journey. And that journey has been focusing on 6 main elements. One is purpose. I cannot really stress enough how important it is to have a purpose in starting a business. It is the reason why we get up every day, and it helps us to face any challenge. The other one is passion. We really, I cannot, I could not do what I do without strongly believing that every day, everything that I do for a project doesn't change the life of people for the better. That really it drives me inside, and it nurtures.
I can see.
And then there is partnership with people that across the boards we partner with our members of the team, because we have an inverted hierarchy. So we like to think that our member of the team are our representative out there in the world. So we partner with them. Our clients, more often than not, becomes our partners, because 95% of our business is based on repeat business.
Brilliant.
Generally, people that come and work with us find a way to return to work with us, and we are blessed with that. And so we
We see
consider.
the passion, I'm sure.
Thank you very much. And then there is another important element of the partnership is with universities, colleges. Everything that we do is based on research. And when we work with the university, we can work with them, accessing their latest research, and then seeing how their research is applied to the work that we do every day in our project. So another element, important element of the partnership. There is another element that I consider is pragmatism. I have, over the last 10 years, having to come to the decision in a number of occasions. The first one was when Brexit, for example, was decided. As you can tell from my whole accent, I
Yeah.
am not originally from here, and back from Italy. And when the Brexit was, shall we say, launched and agreed by the nation, it was a real tricky moment. I didn't know whether I needed to apply for a settled status, but in the end, I took the bull by the horns and applied for my citizenship, which I gained. And so moments like that are important to make you reflect about what is that you need to do to
Yeah.
keep going and never see it as a challenge. And then also we have what we consider important is pioneering. Pioneering because we'd like to see that we are a thought leader in the work that we do. And as thought leader, that's one of the reasons why this year we launched our first book, because we want to be sure that we are part of a debate, not to
Yeah.
do anything to anyone, more to be putting our thoughts out there and see how people engage back with us, and really how do we develop it from there. So these are all things that I feel have been important in the journey so far.
Great stuff. It's a great summary there of the engagement that you obviously have with the community that you're involved with, whether that's partners, universities, customers, all those things, and yeah, starting conversations. It's really good to see what you're doing, and that passion definitely comes across. So thank you for sharing that. So then lastly, Alex, in terms of any latest news around what you're up to, or even it's a case of sharing your website. So if people want to get in touch to understand more about what you do or have questions for you, feel free to do that now.
Thank you, Mike. And certainly our website, we like to think that it provides a very accurate picture of who we are and what we do. And it's www.aca-i.com. But the news that I'd like to share, that I'm mostly excited about this year, is the publication of our first book. It's called Design and Meditation. There is a lot that of the things that we have discussed that is mentioned in the book. It is a book that is in three main parts, and it starts with the awareness of self, and how the awareness of self has got an implication on the way we work, and ultimately in what we produce. We do projects for well-being. That is our main differentiator on a number of sectors, and it was important to distill what are the critical ingredients of the well-being, and the one that I believe particularly are important is the connection and the relationship with people, because there is a language, there is a communication that comes into play, and similarly, it's a communication that is necessary with the environment. So sustainability has been at the heart of our work. All our projects are sustainable, are with environmental tools that's like BREEAM, and so the environment comes into play, and at the heart of both of them, there is people, and so the people really is understanding how what make people ticks, and that is where we need to focus on, and so that this is all part of the book that if your listeners are interested on, is available on Amazon, and soon will be available on a number of bookshops as well. So particularly.
Fantastic. It sounds very apt for obviously the times where we're at, where we're living with the sustainability mindset, and yeah, how we live. So definitely we'll be checking that out. I'll have a quick Google on Amazon and get on there and have a look at it a bit later. Alex, it's been a real pleasure, genuinely real pleasure talking with you. And thank you for sharing all that you have. And I wish you all the best for the next few years of the business.
Thank you very much, Mike. Really good to be with you today, and thank you very much.